guys. Got another video here. This is mixing Durabond. Mixing, well, this is Quickset Light Proform's product. USG also has a product that's called Easy Sand. That's 20 minute. This is 45. It says it's lighter, smooth and creamy, easy on mixing and sanding. It's not easy to sand. Trust me, I know. Don't try to sand it. Just put some mud on top of it. Put regular mud on top of it. Some sort of good compound of some kind. So I got my pan, got my knife. Just kind of showing you the tools that I'm going to use for this this little adventure. Not the impact driver. I don't know why I show you that. Stay tuned for the tool that you will definitely want to see. It's a trick of the trade here. So the first thing I'm going to do is add water to the pan. I put it in the bottom in order to contain the mess a little bit. This powder is really messy, so it can go everywhere, and I've always found that, you put that water at the bottom of the pan and you don't really have to mix it as much because I put some water on top and it kind of sandwiches it together, and it does a little better job. So just a little technique that I do. You don't really have to do it. You can powder it and then water it. It doesn't matter. So I put water on top, and then I'm going to kind of use I'm going to show you this tool real quick. So this isn't a tool. This is an egg beater. Egg beater and a drill is like, this thing saved me hours of hand mixing Durabond with just a knife. I used to mix them with just a knife. It is a pain in the butt. You don't want to do that. So I'm getting the powder, the dry mix off of the sidewall here. I kind of want to force it all into the middle, so when I'm mixing it, it's mixing it. It's not just like, stuck on the side of the walls. So I realize at this point there's not enough water in here. It's tough to eyeball this powder mix. So just do what you can and pay attention. And if it looks like it's thick, it probably is. If it looks creamy, add some more powder. If it looks thick, add some more water. Try to find that middle ground. With this, you only have 20 minutes, so don't spend too much time going back and forth, but just, get as close as you can and move on. So I'm mixing it down here. At first I kind of like just throttle it a little bit. I don't want to throw mud everywhere, but as soon as it creams up a little bit, I go ahead and just go full force with my drill here, just to take it, to mix it up real good. I mix it for, a minute or two here, and I'm like, all right, that's pretty good, well mixed. I'm going to take my 6-inch knife, and I'm going to go around the outsides of it. I'm going to try to dive it into the corners some to pull all that mud out of the corners. And I'm doing that to try to get any powder mix out and into the pan. So I look at it, it looks a little bit ricey, so I'm going to put a little bit more water in it. It's a little bit powdery still, and it's a little heavy, and I don't want to try to, try to use this mud that heavy. So the thinner it is, the easier it is to move on the walls too. So, and a lot of times it'll last a tiny bit longer. When you're mixing 20 minute, you don't have very many. You have 15 minutes with it because you're spending 5 mixing it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Mixing a pan of mud. I'm going to show you the abridged version here. This is just me. That's pan, water in the bottom. I'm just reiterating this, but hopefully it helps. Hopefully you watch. Powder on top. I'm going to go ahead and put some water on top of that. Yep, here's the water. And I use my knife, of course, to try to push all that mud into the center some. Try to get some water around the outside wall some. And get all the powder mix in the middle. So yeah, I determined that this is not enough water in this, and I decided to put more water in it, I'm pretty sure, because, like I said, eyeballing these things is a pain in the butt, and I'm never very good at it. I don't know if it's a mental deficiency or if it's just hard to do, but I tend to have to mix them up. I tend to have to either add water or powder a lot. So once you get it there, though, a little bit of water goes a long way. So it's easier to add a little bit of water a couple times than to try to water powder it. So this looks kind of powdery. It's kind of thick. It's a little too thick for my liking. I'm going to add a touch of water in it, and then I'm going to mix it up one more time. So yeah, there it is, mixed up, nice and creamy. I like it. Wash that egg beater off because you want to keep that guy. It's one of them tools you really want to have. So there I am. I'm washing it off again. I want to make sure it's really clean. They tend to rust out. That's why they don't last that long. I think they last maybe a year or so, 6 months to a year. So here's a little ASMR for you guys. Scraping mud off of knives. Oh yeah, you like that? So keep your tools clean. You know, these are my money makers. I earn way more money finishing than I do anything else, and I do more finishing than anything else. I frame, I hang, I do texture work, I do a lot of other stuff. But when it comes to earning my money, and when my boss puts me out there on a job, I'm making the most money for him when I'm finishing, because that's where I'm strongest at. That's my strongest asset. So I take care of your tools, because they're making you money every day. Just washing your tools, it seems kind of mundane, it seems kind of stupid or elementary, but really it's really important that they last a long time for you. You really want to take care of them, be smart about it, and take care of your stuff, you guys. I appreciate you guys watching this long, and until next time, thanks again. This is Bill the Drywall with Buckeye Drywall signing off.